What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Inside Team Shorty, where now again I'm revamping it and making the mental series. It's not just about MMA, but everyday life. I'm here with Olivia here, and what we're trying to do is speak about real world problems, real people problems of what we deal with every single day, not just being a professional athlete, but maybe an everyday job, whatever the case may be. One of the things that you wanted to talk about in specific was addiction. What is something that you were addicted to, and how did you get addicted to it?
Awesome. Okay. Not awesome. But
yeah, it's like,
yeah, great. A Gen Z thing, like, yeah. Okay, so
while doing TikTok and just
yeah, right. Let's talk about it. So yeah, for me, alcohol. Mm-hmm. Addicted to alcohol. So when I was a teenager, like 15, 16, maybe had like one drink, mm-hmm. 2 drinks. It really wasn't until I turned 21. Like, that was the point in my life where it was like, okay, I can buy it now. Mm-hmm. And I'd just broken up with a serious boyfriend, quit college, start drinking. Didn't know what it would culminate to almost 6 years later, being in recovery where I am now. It's been 11 days since my last drink, which is super, super mm-hmm. huge for me. So yeah, it just was like a slow progress, my alcoholism. It wasn't like a start drinking and it's horrible the next month. It was gradual. And like,
where did it culminate where you go, I need to stop drinking? Mm-hmm. Where now you're 11 days sober, but how many times did you, for example, try to quit and then like the next day just in a sense relapse?
Yep. So many times.
Yeah.
So many times. Because, yeah, so starting drinking when I was 21, a year later I could tell, like, I'm not a normal drinker. So I was already drinking alone by that point, getting sick from drinking too much, being sick the next day, lying to people about my drinking. It would affect my relationships with my new boyfriends that I would get. It eventually just turned into something where it was really controlling my life, mm-hmm. and I wasn't controlling the alcohol. So I have tried to quit so many times mm-hmm. in the past 6 years. And when I was 23, I think that was the longest time. I went a month, and then it's like, for me personally, it's like one drink and then, right back into it. So I'm still figuring out my relationship with alcohol, but all the signs point to there's something in your brain that I don't have that relationship with it, that I can stop when I want mm-hmm. to stop.
Is there, for example, a reason, which again, kudos, because there's so many
Thank
times
you.
for me, my biggest addiction is sadly food. And people think, oh, it's food, there's no problem with it, but depending on the food you eat, and for me, I gorge food. I know why I started binge eating. For me, wrestling, I didn't know how to cut weight, so automatically the wrestler that, and I wrote a paper on it, is we start for 6 months, but it's Monday through Friday we're cutting this weight, and then Friday and Saturday we make weight for a duel or a tournament, and then all day Sunday we just binge eat as much as possible because we just haven't had it all week. We've been literally depriving each other of all the things we really, really want, and especially when you can't have it, you want it more. Mm-hmm. And then on Monday we're like, all right, cool, we got to lose 20 pounds again, and just the cycle keeps going until the end of the year. And then once the season's over, we don't have to make weight again out of nowhere. We're just binge eating constantly. We got the dog there, and we just binge eat constantly, and then now we're gaining more weight at the end of it. But then that eating habit still continues. So for me, I have a problem with, like, if there's food in front of me, I'm like, oh, I'll eat half of it. Yeah, and then I eat the whole thing, mm-hmm. and then out of nowhere, it's like a snowball. It just keeps on going. Now I want more. Now I want more. I don't care how full I am. I want more, and I also binge eat when I am depressed. That's like my emotional, way of getting out or relieving some type of pain.
Definitely.
Was there a reason specifically why you started drinking? Is it just because you socialized and really enjoyed it, or was there some type of depression that caused you to go to that?
Definitely some mental turmoil mm-hmm. that caused it for me. 'Cause it was like I mentioned, it was a whole big mashup of things. I turned 21, mm-hmm. started drinking, broke up with a boyfriend that I was with for 5 years, who was so supportive. He didn't drink either at that point. quit college, you know. What was the question again?
Well, just like what?
I know we can cut that.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
This is part of it. We're just
Yeah.
going straight through. Is what got you to really get into drinking? Because again, like
Okay,
for me,
good. The emotional turmoil. Great. Okay. The trauma like made me like cut out for a
No
second.
worries,
Okay.
no worries.
So yeah, the whole culmination of all those things happening, I also had repressed memories come back from my childhood. And I haven't talked about this a lot with people, but just long story short, I remembered abuse that happened as a kid. And I couldn't tell the people that I wanted to tell about it because it was a family thing. And I felt that I didn't want to bring up an issue from the past. So, I mean, I remembered that I was abused as a kid, and it was something that I definitely realized that I used alcohol to numb my feelings. And I've always been an anxious person, a worried person, an overthinker. So it's like, yeah, alcohol numbs me. It turns my brain off. We all know what alcohol does.
You get to be free, get to be a little more yourself.
But then it just turned into a prison. Like alcohol literally turned into my own made prison, where it was like alcohol is my best friend, like my silent best friend, but my complete enemy that wants to destroy me.
When was the moment, for example, like 11 days ago, and again, you've relapsed multiple times, but it's the effort in trying to get sober. What was the point where you're just like, I need to stop? Compared to, again, some people don't see it as a problem. They just enjoy themselves, go to the bar every weekend, just do them, or have their own supply at home. But the fact that you're trying to quit, what's for me, given I need to really control my eating, especially when it comes to weight cutting. I have to cut weight, multiple 20-30 pounds, for a fight camp, and it's strenuous. And for me, I want to focus on training. I want to focus on cutting weight. And so it hinders my everyday life. But then I socialize and hang out with people, and they're like, "Oh, let's get a donut." Hey, like yesterday, I hung out with my friends, and she got me a pack of Twizzlers and a donut because she knows how much I like them. I was like, "Oh, damn, thank you." And no, I ate it. I 100% ate it. But I was like, damn, okay, I need to figure it out how to manipulate my diet for the rest of the weekend and kind of get back to the cycle. But I'm just like, cool, at least I'm not reaching out for stuff. People are getting it for me, but that's still the problem, that I don't say no. So is there a point in your life where you're just like, I need to quit, I need to sober up? Was there anything that impacted that point?
Yeah, definitely. Multiple things. When I started to do things that I told little Olivia, like middle school Olivia or just younger Olivia, I started to do things that I thought that I would never do in my life, like driving under the influence. I never thought that I would be a person that would be like sitting across from you, like opening up about something that I'm so incredibly ashamed about, that I've done multiple times, driving under the influence. That is a big thing where I realized, like, what are you doing? You are harming yourself. You're potentially harming who knows what amount of people. That was one big thing. Just feeling like I was living a half life.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't make goals. I couldn't see a future. Like I really didn't know, just day by day in the same patterns pretty much. And yeah, I scared myself. It was a culmination of things. I don't think it was just one moment, but dating Chris was really like a big motivator to look at my drinking in a different way. So the partners that I had before him, it doesn't compare to how it changed my mindset. So wow, maybe that's the answer, is like a new partner and a new perspective.
It's hanging out with the right people, other people that are trying to accomplish the same goals, that
aren't enabling me.
And now in your 11-day journey, and given you have a supportive boyfriend, which is awesome, and supportive people around you that aren't gonna peer pressure you into drinking or aren't gonna force you into drinking, even if you are outside socializing at events or this or that. Given, and I know for food, for me it might be a little different for you, but every single day you'll see something, whether it's a commercial, an ad, an advertisement, any little thing, you're just like, oh man, I'm kind of fiending, you know, just like I want something. For you, given it's only been 11 days, but one day might seem like forever, you know, depending on how hard your addiction is. So for these 11 days, how have you felt, and how are you still motivating yourself to keep pushing? Because everyone is definitely different with their motivating factors.
For me, it's moment by moment, reminding myself how lucky I am to have the support that I do if I mess up. So taking off that pressure of, you got to get another day, you got to get another day, don't mess up, don't mess up. And just realizing if I do mess up, I'm a human being. I've been through a lot of things. I'm doing the best I can with what I'm being given. And I don't deserve to be yelled at when I mess up. And I'm grateful to have that support. I think that's what's really helping me and motivating me, is realizing like my mind has the potential to be clearer every day. Like those goals that I know that are deep inside me that I just need to organize and focus on. If I don't drink, that clarity, it will just get stronger every day. So yeah, the last time I relapsed, Chris, my boyfriend, like just reacted in a really comforting way. And I don't know, that just stuck with me, that I don't need to be hard on myself, and that I don't even want to be drinking anymore.
Well, we are our own worst enemy, which is the hardest part. We create self-sabotage.
So hard on ourselves.
I've done it before where we had a friend named Miles come in that was staying with David and I. And Miles, being the guest, we're like, oh, we want to take him out. We want to get him out to enjoy himself. Out of nowhere, both David and I, we ended up, drinking. We ended up smoking. We ended up eating a crap load of food. And we're just both like, damn, we got fights coming up. All right, Miles, no offense, man. We can't wait until you leave. Because we're so, we want to help him and have a good time. But then we're kind of backfiring ourselves because this is our career. Like our in shape, our diet, everything consists of this part of training. And that was, even though we're training hard, at least for diet wise, 70% of weight loss comes from your diet. The other 30, maybe even 20% come from physical activity. So even if you're not working out, you still lose weight in a proper eating routine, a lifestyle change.
I've seen it in myself. It's crazy.
That's the hardest part is, for example, for me, a diet seems like, it has the word diet in it. It's like, I don't want to do it. It's you're telling me I can't have certain things compared to, every once in a while I can eat this, I can eat that. I need to make it a lifestyle change compared to binging. It's the same thing with alcohol. It's like some people can socialize and drink here and there, have a couple drinks and be like, all right, cool, I'm done. I'm only going to do it in a social event. But then some people go too far. So I give you full credit to pushing forward. I know it's tough.
Thank you.
Keep on going. And
Thank you.
It might change a life. It might save a life depending on, the reasons you gave me. And just keep on pushing forward. And everyone has their own addiction. Whether, again, it's overtraining, not training, eating too much food, drinking, smoking, whatever drugs. So guys, if you have an addiction, if you have any questions about, what this interview is about and stuff with that, please leave it in the comments below. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Olivia, for your time.
Thank
and guys,
you so
this was another episode of Inside Team Shorty. Take care.